Testing 1 2, testing 1 2. We're going to try to make a video of the PLP learning system, how to configure, and we're going to start, and we're going to have Adamus making us he's playing a little game in the background, but we're going to go right ahead and just get this done. Okay, so we're going to stop, bring up the PLP Learning Center. So we're going to go to our desktop and pull it up. Okay, the PLP Learning Center is basically a program written by GrayBoxx Technologies, and what we do with that program is that it is a learning platform, and it's called the PLP Learning Platform because it is designed for Adamus, but it can be tailored to anybody's kid, and so we're going to show you how to tailor it. And this is basically for parents to do the tailoring, and so we're going to just go ahead and kick it off.
Help me.
PLP Learning Platform version 0.0.40 set program parameters.
Okay, and so the first thing we do is that we look at this file that PLP has been editing and probably screwed stuff up. So yeah, he came in here and started just editing files and doing everything when I wasn't watching him. Okay, so let's kind of clean this up a bit before we get started. Okay, so it should start off with a student. Okay, and what it is that these ones with a colon, these are just text lines that the program kind of ignores. Okay, and I can see that he's been basically just screwing this up, all kinds of messed up. Okay, well let me go get the Angie, which is his grandma. Let's make a copy of that and put it on the grandma line. That way we can get back to that. And the operators are add, subtract, multiply, divide. Okay, so basically the way this works is that we'll come in and we'll name a student. Okay, and that could be PLP, Adamus. We spell Adamus with 2 D's because that's Adamus Young, so we're going to kind of close him off for a second. But Nano's running this now, so we want to make sure that we copy that and put the student as being Nano as opposed to being Adamus. Okay, and then we're going to do a file save. I kind of like to save and save often. I remember that computers used to crash every 10 minutes, so I save every 5. Okay, so his grandma's name is Angie, so I'm just going to leave that there. It doesn't really matter what the grandma's name is. You can just basically take the grandma's name, because he can have multiple grandmothers and sometimes more than 2. So you take the grandma's name here, and then if he has multiple grandmas, you want to have at least one of them names here. So the program's going to come out and say, and Grammy Angie says, or Grammy, and whatever the Grammy's name is, grandma. Okay, and so the operator, the program is built around being able to randomly select addition, subtraction, multiplication numbers, division, and then there's this list of spelling words that we got out of his spelling book. And so we're going to basically, he's going to go through all of his spelling words and give it to him. And if he can, sometimes, every once in a while, there's a word that it doesn't pronounce correctly. So we can skip it, or we can type the word in and then let it tell us whether or not it's correct or not. And then the next thing is language and language arts. And that's where we can do things like multiple choice, true and false, fill in the blank. And then let's see, 10 to 5. 10 to 5 is a special program that I got from one of my kindergarten teachers, not kindergarten, but basically elementary school teacher. And I basically made that program so that it randomly selects 5 columns of numbers between 0 and 10, and then it tells you what number you need to add to that number to get to 10 or to get to 5, and that's why we call it 10 to 5. Okay, so in this case we're going to select just select multiplication, because I actually like that better than probably anything else. Okay, and I'm going to basically say that the first number is going to have the number between 0 and let's give it 20. Okay, then the second number is going to be between let's make it 100 We'll make it a little interesting. And 1,000 or 99. Okay, you guys kind of give us a 2-digit number. So between between 100 and 999, give us like a 3-digit number. Oh, I'm sorry, 20 to 100 and 999 to like 1,000. So we give us numbers in the 900s. Okay, we're going to do multiplication. I'm going to show you a special way to do multiplies. Okay, once we get this file set, the key is that you can't delete or add any lines. Okay, and to make sure that this has an ending line down here at the bottom. Let's see where we are. You can never see this cursor. It blinks, so where's it at? Okay, there's the cursor. And up there it is. Okay, and make sure there's no extra lines in there. Up there are. So I want to make sure that it's like just one line behind that. So we're going to save that. Okay, then we're going to exit out of here. And the other programs are his spelling words. So we're not going to add any spelling words. But if there was a new word we wanted him to spell, we would add that word. When we come back to the spelling, we'll show how to basically just add an additional word. And then we'll tell it exactly what line that we want to start on based upon all the spelling words, in this case 69. Okay, and then here's our true and false. So basically we'll add a question. Let's see, 4 books plus 6 books. And then it depending upon whether we put a box, quote, question mark, box, or a angle bracket, question mark, angle bracket. It tells us whether or not it will display the multiple choice selection, and then it gives you kind of a choice of what it is, and then whatever the correct answer, which is 10, which should be in this list. So in this case, it'll display this whole line in a box, and then so this basically, here's the question, here's the answer, here's the multiple choice answers. Okay, so we're going to X out of this. Okay, we'll come back to that later. And testing start. Right now we got it at 0, and we're still working on the logic for this. We'll make sure that works correctly.
Nano Learning Platform version 0.0.40.
Okay, and let's see where the program went to. It probably went to the other screen, so we need to probably pull it back to this screen. So let me just. We have it's projecting on the television, and it doesn't do very well when that's the case. Okay, so okay. Let's try it. Hooking. Let's back up again. All right. There we go. Okay. Oh, we had to get the program, give it the focus. Okay, so what we're going to do is that we're going to do multiplication real quick. We're going to do about 2 or 3 of these just to show you a special way of doing multiplication. So we can do a 1 times 1 is 1, 1 times 3 is 3. And then we put a space in there because we want to see whether there's a carry. And since there's no carry between these, we're going to basically click on Pikachu.
Way to go!
Good job, Adamus! You did a great job! Good going, buddy!
Grammy NG says, you just multiplied 1 and 13 equals 13. Grade,
Okay.
1000.
Okay, so this is a good one. Okay, so we're going to do 1 times 8, which is 16. 1 times 8 is 8. I gotta relearn this myself. 1 times 6 is 6, and 1 times 3 is 3. And since none of these columns have a 2-digit number. We're just going to collapse that and then click on Pikachu.
Keep going. You almost got this.
Ooh, I'm sorry, I made a mistake. Okay, so that's the first row. And then we're on the second row, we're going to do a 2 times 8, which is 16. And then a 2 times 6, which is 12. And then a 2 times 3, which is 6. And so since the 12 and the 6 doesn't have a 2-digit number in the first column, we're going to take this 1, 6, and the 1. And then I'll make that 17. And then now we can collapse the 2 and the 6, and that should be our answer.
Keep going. You almost got this.
I forgot. Okay, I made a mistake. Okay, we need to add a 0 to the first number, and then separate these guys out so that these, we got to have, I should have practiced this first. Okay, so since the first number is really 10 times those numbers, we need to make sure that we put an extra 0. So 0 plus 6 is 6. Okay, and then we're going to come down here. We're going to say that we've consumed this number 6 down, the second 6. So we're going to make that a 0. And then we'll keep this up so we can figure out what we're doing. Okay, then 3 plus 2 is 5. Okay, then we consume this 2, so we're going to make it a 0. Okay, then 6 plus 7 is 13. So we get rid of the 6. Make it 13. That means we consume the 7. So we make that a 0. And then 8 plus 1 is 9. Okay. So we're going to make this guy a 9. And get rid of the 0 here. So we consume all of the numbers from the second row to the top. And now, since the 6 is just a single-digit number, we don't have to do anything with that. What we got to do is that we got to take this 9 and 1 and make it a 10. Okay, and then the last one can be a multiple digit. So what we're going to do is that we're going to get rid of the spaces here, get rid of the space here, get rid of the space here, and punch Pikachu.
Great job, Coach! You did it! I'm so proud of you.
Okay,
Grammy NG says, you just multiplied 12 and 863 equals 10,356.
Okay.
Grade 1000.
So we're gonna put a leading 0. Okay, come back. Okay, now we're gonna do 1 times 9 is 9. 1 times 4 is 4. 1 times 3 is 3. Okay, then we're going to go to the second line and do the 8 times 9, okay, which is 72. Okay, and then we're going to do 8 times 4, which is 32. And then we're going to do 8 times 3, which is 24. Okay, and then we're going to basically consume the bottom line first. Okay, since we got 2 digits here, that means that we're going to take this 32 and add 2, which will give us a 34. And then we're going to take this 72 and 3, that'll give us the 75. And we can space these out, and just like we did before, we're going to take this 0 and consume the 4 on the last line. 0 and 4 is 4. Make that a 0. That means that we consumed it. Okay, then the 3 and the 4, wait for the cursor, is a 7. So it means that we consume the 4. And then the 4 and the 5 gives us a 9. So we're going to consume the 4 and the 5. Okay, which means that we can get rid of this guy to a 0. And then 7 and a 9, if we consume that, it's going to give us a 16. Okay, which means we consumed the 7. Okay, And now, since everything is a single digit except for the first group, we can basically now consume everything. We'll consume the spaces out of the way. Okay, and Punch Pikachu. Hey, Punch, you did it! You the man! Great job!
Grammy NG says, you just multiplied 18 and 943 equals 16,974.
Okay, so
Grade,
this is
1,000.
This is a single digit times a 3 digit, so this makes it easy. Okay, so 8 times 4 is 42. No, 48. Okay, 48. And 8 times 4 is 32. And 8 times 8 is 64. Okay, so now we're going to do our consumption again. We're going to consume the 6 with the 32, so that gives us a 38. Okay, and then we're going to consume the 3 with the 43, so that'll give us a 51. Okay, so now we can get rid of all the spaces. And
Super! Great job!
Grammy NG says, you just multiplied 8 and 648 equals 5,184.
Okay, the last one.
Grade, 1,000.
Okay, so we'll put a 0 to lead off. So 1 times 3 is 3. 1 times 3 is 3. 1 times 4 is 4. 1 times 0 is 0. Leaving our spaces. Okay, now we're going to do the second row, which is 7 times 3, which is 21. 7 times 4, which is 28. And a 7 times 0 is 0. Okay, so we got okay, and we're going to consume the 0 and the 0, which is 0, so that's 0. And then we're going to do an 8 and a 0, so we're going to consume that to be an 8 and get rid of this 0, this 8. And then we're going to, we did the bottom 2, so we do 2 and 4, which is 6. And get rid of that 2. And a 1 and a 3 gives us a 4. Hopefully we can do this right. Oops. A 1 and a 3 gives us a 4. Okay, and then we got to bring the 2 up. Okay, and get rid of this 2 here. Hopefully this one right. Okay, so since everything's a single digit, we can just come through and get rid of all of the spaces. Okay, hopefully this is right. Otherwise, I don't want to do it again. We'll just make it wrong if it's wrong.
Keep going. You almost got this.
Yeah, we screwed that one up. Okay, but yeah. Okay, not too sure what. But we'll just take it as an error. Okay, we'll practice that one again. 17 times 340. Let me write that down. 17 times 340. Got a pen, and we'll do it and see where I got it wrong. Okay, so what we want to do is that we're going to exit out of the program.
Nano Learning Platform normal termination. Review output file.
Okay, now the bottom of the file, because it basically keeps everything together. So it let me know that I was the person executing the program, whereas before it was Adamus. Okay, and so 8 times 648. Okay, it gives us 5184. Okay, then we're going to do figure out what we got wrong. But that's the way we do the configuration.
Nano Learning Platform version 0.0.40 set program parameter.
Okay, and now we're going to go back and end with this is Nano with GrayBoxx Technologies, and with association with Mount Sinai Junior Academy, and I'm working also with Precious Creations for this program. So we're going to basically end this and then publish this on YouTube, and we're going to see how that works. So that's about it, and we will catch you later on the flip side.